David, those concerns basically coming from the lobbying arm of the auto manufacturers in Washington. They're tied to the fact that there are some restrictions and limitations on the new EV incentives or the restoration of the federal tax credit for those who are buying EVs. And let's do a refresher in terms of what those credits are. $7,500 for cars up to $55,000, SUVs and trucks up to $80,000. The argument from the lobbying arm of the automakers is, look, you put that cap in there. Also, you add restrictions about batteries that might be sourced or have materials coming from China. We may not be able to sell all of the vehicles with that incentive that we want to. Yeah, well, you're getting the incentive back. So keep that in mind. You can't have your cake and eat it too, is what some people will say. Meanwhile, you've got production increasing for a number of new vehicles, EVs that are coming on the market. You got the Cadillac Lyriq. Production has started within the last month or so. Volkswagen ID4 started just a couple of weeks ago in Tennessee. The Mercedes EQS, that production starts in Alabama later this month. So we're starting to see the cadence of new vehicles coming out. In terms of market share and what we're expecting, keep in mind that the Texas Gigafactory is just ramping up production right now. Tesla, it sells about two-thirds, a little over two-thirds of all the EVs in this country. And as that Gigafactory ramps up production of the Model Y and then the Cybertruck likely starting next year. Many believe that they will be able to maintain their lead at least through 25, 26. Take a look at where they are right now relative to the other automakers. And again, most believe that they're going to lose this market share steadily over the next couple of years as more models come out. Total EV sales, about 5.4% of the market right now. Quickly take a look at shares of Tesla, GM, and Ford. Interesting note from Adam Jonas over the weekend where he talked about, okay, what happens now that this EV tax credit is coming back, which it'll come back for Tesla and for GM. Are GM and Ford a pure EV play? He says, no, they're more of an ICE runoff play, guys. Tesla does have the advantage of first mover advantage and more manufacturing capacity than anybody else in this country when it comes to EVs, at least right now. And that's why Adam Jonas says they're still probably the best play. Doesn't mean they're going to grow as much as other stocks, but they're probably the best play in terms of EVs right now.
Phil, I was just going to ask beyond Tesla then, who could be the next biggest winner? Does this really help someone that's maybe teetering on the edge beside trying to decide between buying a regular sort of fuel vehicle versus an EV, push them over the edge? And if so, you know, who comes up second to Tesla?
Well, I think everybody's going to benefit. All automakers will benefit here. Look, somebody who's looking at an F-150 Lightning will say, wow, I can get $7,500 tax credit because I qualify. I don't have the income that's over a certain threshold. Absolutely, there'll be people who will do that. And with the GM models that are coming out, really all of the EVs that are coming out right now, Courtney, they're all going to benefit from these tax credits. There may be a few here and there because of the price that people can, won't be able to get that tax credit. But generally speaking, the bulk of the vehicles being sold will qualify for this.
Good stuff, Phil. Thank you very much.